Hey friend, in this video I'm going to show you my go-to method for EQing electric guitars in a worship mix. But before we do that, just want to let you know there's an EQ and compression mixing cheat sheet built for worship recordings down below, absolutely free. My gift to you. Pick that up for free. It's going to correlate with what I've been talking about with my go-to EQ series that I've been doing. So pick that up. Let's dive in. Okay. So in this song, the electrics are sounding super great. And so what I want to kind of preface is that it's not hard to get a good electric guitar sound anymore, okay? Like, you don't need a perfect amp and this huge pedal board. If you have a Helix, a Kemper, or a Quad Cortex, or an Axe-Fx, like, literally all of them sound good. I've seen all of them sound good. And there's so many presets out there to where you can find one that's like built for your style of playing in guitar. So honestly, I don't do a ton of EQ on electric guitars in most of my mixes because I get sent pretty good electric guitars most of the time, or I have friends here that will come in and play electric, or if I'm playing electric, I use a Quad Cortex for my bass and electric tones. It's just easy and simple to get a good electric tone. So I don't do a lot of reshaping most of the time. I do mostly just whatever needs to fit in the mix. And so my first go-to method on this is I use a thing called shred spread, which we'll dive into that in a second, but I want you guys to listen to these electrics. This is the big chorus at the end here, and there's like 3 or 4 electrics going on right here. And I mean, there's electrics going on across the whole song here, but we're not going to listen to the whole song because that would be ridiculous. So let's just give this a listen, and then I'll give you guys the kind of the entire mix after that. Sweet. And then now let's listen to it in the mix, and this is with no processing. Okay, cool. So they already sound great. Now it's down to preference. Okay, it's always down to preference with electric. So the only things that I'm thinking about in this case, since they already sound good, they already fit well in the mix. Honestly, is the only thing is I want to make a room for the keys, for the synths, for the acoustics, the percussion. I want to make sure that those are also being heard and it's blended really, really well. So that. My ultimate thought is how can I get the electrics to sound big and bitey, but also fit in with the keys and synths and everything. And you kind of need to make the decision, do the electrics need to stick out more? So my go-to is to use shred spread. So I don't know if you guys have watched any of my videos for any amount of time, BX shred spread is the coolest plugin on electric guitars, and it's only for the shred knob, which I'll show you in a second. This is a free plugin, by the way. At least I think it's still free. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a free plugin. So just go pick it up because this is half of the EQ I do on electric guitars. But first, I want to show you guys. You know, I'll just show you what it does. So here we're gonna solo the electrics here, and then I'm just gonna bring up this shred, and you're just gonna hear it kind of take some of the high end away and add like this low mid saturation that just sounds nice. And we bring it up. So obviously 100% is way too much. I usually sit in like the 40 to 60 range, I think, for most songs. But do you guys hear that? Like it's like it almost pulled out any annoying high-end frequencies. And then it just added like this nice girth or this nice fullness to the electric guitar sound that was just really desirable. So, but I want to show you guys what's going on here first, just so you guys can make some sense of it. So we're going to pull up a tone generator, and I'm going to pull up a Pro Q. And then let's pull all of them up. Pull up the shred spread as well. Okay. So we're going to instantiate our tone generator here. And then we're going to, I'm going to do some pink noise just so you guys can see it take away these high-end harmonics in a really nice way. It's very, very, very crazy. So we're going to turn this on. And now I'm going to bring shred spread up. So this is the pink noise by itself. And then we instantiate the shred spread here. And then now I'm going to bring this shred knob up and watch and listen to this high end. So very, very interesting. It's a very unique plugin. It's doing some sort of filtering, saturation, something. Some sort of low pass filter, but it's just very desirable on guitars. I can't explain it. I don't really need to because it sounds good every time I use it. So I just wanted to give you guys a good example of that, of what's going on. And so now let's just dial it into the Delight. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this, I'm going to leave the volume where it is, and I'm going to pull this up until the guitars kind of pull back into the mix a little bit. Oh, I just muted them. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so 43% to me sounds really, really good. So let's just listen to that in solo and see what it did. This is the on, and then off, on, off, on. Okay, so I already love where that's sitting. There's a couple more changes that I'd like to make. So let's kind of dive in. I'm going to show you guys that real quick. So back to the F6. So first things first, we're going to take away some low end. We don't really need anything under like 100 on guitars for the most part, unless you have like some sort of baritone guitar that you're really wanting to use. So just be mindful of that if you're using like a baritone guitar. But otherwise, for most guitars, especially for worship, anything under 100, not really necessary. Leave room for that bass, synth, and kick. So we're just doing that. And then there is somewhere in the 250 to 600 range that it gets really kind of muddy with all of the synths and all of the keys and everything kind of going together. So I always do some sort of cut. I found that this is about 450 was not great. So let's just give that a listen. I'm going to boost it. So we're just pulling 2 dB out. And then if you really want your electrics to stick out of the mix, so say you love the way Shred Spread made them sound, it kind of made it a little bit darker, a little bit more lush, but you're like, oh man, now they don't stick out of the mix like I thought. It's in between 1K and like 2.5 is your dream area. Like this area is going to just a little bit of a bump will actually kind of just push it out in the mix a little bit, just so if your guitars are more of the main instrument in your mix. So let's just give this a listen. I'm going to pull this down. It looks like it's at a little over 1K right here. So pull that down to 0. Just type in 0. Okay. And we'll pull it up here. And it just that little bit of a bite here. So bypass on. And then let's do that with the context of the mix. Bypass. Back in. And if you guys are using some good headphones and everything, you guys can hear that the guitars just kind of get more exciting when I put this EQ back in. Now, if you are, say, you didn't want to use Shred Spread, or you got guitars that aren't very bright. The only time, like if you really need more brightness out of your guitars, I like to boost near the 8K range. And so we're going to give that a listen. I don't think this song really needs it, but just in case you are in that situation, for whatever reason, I love a good 8K shimmer on guitars. But see, I don't think that this mix needs it. I think the guitars are already bright enough for what they're doing. And then I just want to give you guys a listen. Let me see if I can solo. The all instruments bus here has all guitars, percussion, keys, and synths all in here. And back in with the drums. And yeah, and then you just really adjust your fader to your desired level. Like, do you want more synths there? It just depends on the worship song, right? But yeah, guys, just a quick recap. Shred spread, gonna give you some nice lush low mids. It's gonna take away any of those nasty high frequencies. I sit around 40 to 60% on most of my mixes, sometimes less, sometimes more. And then hitting it with a quick EQ, taking away any low end under 100 hertz, doing a small cut, anywhere from 250 to 600, just whatever area that those guitars need to be cut, if it's a lot of buildup or if you need to make room for those synths, acoustics, bass, whatever. And then if you need the guitars to cut out in the mix a little bit more, do a quick boost from 1K to 2.5K. It's just going to push it out in the mix, make it sound a little bit more aggressive, and it's just going to poke out. And then if you need more brightness, that little 8K shimmer is so nice on guitars if you need it. Most of the time I don't need it, but every once in a while you need it. So that is it, guys. Guitars are super easy for me most of the time. Again, start with good tone. Like, work on your tone first. Every time, work on your tone, please. And then you'll get great mixes. And if you guys want more help with EQing, compression, starting points like this, cheat sheet down below. Don't forget, cheat sheet absolutely free. And I'll see you guys on the next video. More of the Go To EQ series. See you next time.